Don't jump in front of my intro. Welcome back to Dubbed and Confused, everybody.
This ain't part of it?
We are
Alright.
here. We are here. We're back. This should be, for most episodes, shows this season, the last episode we talk about them, the last week that we talk about them, except for one, which we will talk about. But anyway, good season. We're finishing up today. We have 5 shows to go over. My Hero was done last week, so we do not have to talk about that. I know that makes it sound like a chore, but it wasn't this season. It was enjoyable. But it's going to be a good one. And then at the end, we're going to talk about our end of season awards for this season, because it's a fun one, and maybe we'll start doing that regularly at the end of every season, giving our own like individual awards, not just for a whole year, but even in season. Fellas, how you darn?
What up? What up?
How you doing? Doing
What's
great.
poppin'?
Yeah, Merry Christmas, by the way. Merry Christmas.
Feeling
Merry
festive.
Christmas.
Feeling
Yeah.
festive.
Yep. We're, tis the season. We're right around the corner of Christmas, and then we kick it into next year right after this. It's gonna be a good time. But yeah, we got to get into some stuff here today. Since we don't have to worry about My Hero, which had been the first show we talked about for the last 10 weeks. It's crazy. Now we get to start with Gachi Yakuta for this pod. Should be the final episode of this season, this double season, the first season for Gachi Yakuta. It's a fun one. It's called Field Trip, and that's what it is. The big things that happen in this episode, we have Rudo goes on a field trip with some of the younger other kids from the cleaners to just do an easy mission and kind of, I guess, teach him some responsibility while also getting him away from the home base, because some people were coming by that they didn't want Rudo to be there for. And those people are the Punishers of Criminals. Chris, is there a better name to refer to this group as? Or
Yeah, the Hell's Guard.
Hell's Guard. Okay, that's
The
right.
Gestapo.
Yes, basically. So yeah, they seem like a new enemy. They seem very, to me, just on first vibe from them, I'm like, this is the kind of government entity that will like be like, we need control of Rudo, and then try to take advantage of Rudo, and then they do something where everybody else is like, don't do that. Like the cleaners are like, don't do that. Like, you don't know what kind of power you're playing with, and they play with some shit and they fuck everybody over because of it.
Well, it feels like the classic, like, honestly, Nazi comparison that a lot of these animes will do with like the bad guy. It's like they're just clear fascists, psychos.
Could
and
be.
like they give you every impression of that before they come in.
I don't.
So
I would not be shocked if that's the case. I don't know if we've seen enough for me to go all the way to Nazis just yet, but like definitely like negligent, like power hungry government figure for sure.
Yeah.
How do we feel about this episode as a whole, fellas?
Love this episode.
I liked this episode. I wouldn't say I loved it, but I liked this episode.
I agree.
I think it did a good job of feeling like it was and it wasn't a last episode. You know? Because like as I was watching it, I had no impression that it would be the last episode until like kind of towards the very end.
Yeah.
Till literally like the last 5 minutes, pretty much. Like the whole show felt very nonchalant, really fun, kind of like a nice chill episode, kind of like the ones we were getting previously early on in the season. Then they kind of drop a bomb on you in the last 5 minutes, and then
a little bit
it ends, and then it ends, and then you're like, when's the next episode?
So I would say coming into this episode, because last episode was so chill, it was an end of, like, you know what I mean, the big arc had just ended, last episode was so chill, I was on the fence of like, are we going to see another chill episode and they don't get into shit, the next shit, whatever it is yet, or is this going to be like, let's hit the ground running, like we're going to basically leave everybody on a massive cliffhanger and we go into the next season? It was kind of closer to that more low-key kind of episode, but I thought it did a good job at, if you're going to be the last episode, kind of bring up some questions and kind of leave us there, leave us wanting more, leave us wanting like these questions answered. And I think from that standpoint, they did a good job. I mean, like I even wrote down like some of the questions that they kind of leave us on just because we just don't know much. The Watchmen series, that's been a thing like all season, like learning more about that. The Cerberek name, that's Rudo, we find out at the very end of this episode, is Rudo's last name and has ties to the the guy from the art town. Who is this guy, Chris? Because I need you to explain this. If you have a better way to explain this to me.
So he is known as the Undertaker.
Yeah.
His name is Canis Surbrek, and he is technically the creator of the Watchmen series because every person who puts their art on the mural, every next what are they called? Spellcasters, I guess technically is their name.
Yeah.
The first original spellcaster had a group of 4 accomplices, friends, helpers, whatever.
Yeah.
Each one of those 4 got to put their own symbol onto the mural as part of his starting of the mural. And the Undertaker, also known as the Watchmen series creator, Canis Surbrek, is one of those people. And he's actually the only one that they have any information on. They have no information on the other 3 symbols or
which
helpers.
makes me wonder, like, are those other symbols going to come into play? Whereas of like there are 4 subcategories of super rare, you know what I mean, items out in this world. I don't know. It's interesting though. I'm curious to see where it goes. Like the weird part to me is just like it does feel to me a little bit they haven't set up quite enough for like when they dropped that name. I was like, so what his last name is Surbrek. Like what the Surbrek name doesn't quite mean anything to me yet. Especially since he wasn't the one. Well, I guess yeah, but whatever. But it like
well, for me, it was like that. The name didn't mean anything until Rudo was like, "That's my last name."
right.
Yeah.
It's like,
right.
okay, well now it has meaning, and now that's something to think about, ponder, if you will, going into the next season.
Yep.
Well, it's also thinking about it because they're on the ground. Rudo was from the sphere. So like,
So right. So how did Rudo?
how is he going back and forth in the first place?
Because
Why was
we
Rudo
already saw
supposedly born on the sphere?
there's a
Right.
lot of like weird unanswered things of like how we got to where we are.
How many of these questions? Well, let's get to the rest of these questions. Right. The other questions I had were the Hell's Guard. What's their deal fully? Like we only have like a very surface level introduction to them. What's going to be their deal? They seem like they're going to be important next season. We'll see. What is the Raider guy's deal? The guy that I told y'all bitches that the Raiders didn't take with him, and he was still going to be hanging around. What's going to be happening? What's his deal? Is he going to still be bad? Is he going to be like, oh, I'm following around the cleaners, and then the cleaners are like, hey man, how you doing? And then he's just like, oh my god, these are my friends now. And he joins.
Yeah, but you can't sit here and tell me that you don't expect Zodiel to be like, oh yeah, I was planning this whole thing to happen. You know,
Maybe it's still possible, but
no
like based on this
why else would
episode,
he have been?
based on this episode,
Why
they
else
haven't
would
even
he
been in
have been put up
contact.
against Engine?
Based on this
Yeah.
episode, they haven't even been in contact whatsoever.
Yeah, but I think that's
He
all by
literally says
design.
that they left him, and I think he says like, oh, I could go contact them or I could go meet them, but it would be weird because they haven't reached out to me yet. Like,
Yeah,
do
you
they,
can't
like,
tell me that
and
Zodiel
I'm pretty
doesn't strike
positive.
you.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive that Zodal just thinks he's dead too, because
Really?
like he literally.
No. That would be disappointing as shit. I mean, if Zodiel really is just not that much of a schemer, like he seems to be.
I don't think so.
It's like-
They said it last episode where they acknowledged that he was a newbie just like the rest, and it was kind of a test. And Brutus, what's his name? Brutus.
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 Your guy, the
My
one
guy.
you like the most.
Yes,
No, it's like Bori something.
it's something like that.
It's
what
like
we
there's
only
an R.
we like hear
Brundis?
his name like one time. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He was awesome. So Zodal was like, okay, you're in. And little boy did nothing. So Zodal was like, you're not useful to me. I think it's that simple. He may be a great schemer, but I think he's just like, you're not useful to me. Like we were literally in like a high leverage situation and you were useless, completely useless. So I don't have room for useless, team members on my squad. Like you're out.
Okay.
That's what I think. That's what I think the deal is, but it's still not confirmed at this point.
We'll see. Yeah.
And the last thing is Corvus, the captain or leader of the cleaners. We still know
haven't seen what he
nothing.
does.
I know.
Yeah.
I want to see what his deal is.
Nothing about him.
Hopefully next season we find out more about that. But those are kind of the big questions that were left to me from this episode. That at least made it clear in this episode that like those are the things I want to know the most going forward. But it does a good job of that.
It If anything, it makes it clear that Corvus is more of a schemer than anything, because he knew that those fuckers were going to show up and take Rudo.
Right. He
I
plans
like
ahead.
seeing that from him.
It's
Yeah.
cool. It's a cool little thing. That's just I don't know.
That's good boss points. It's GVP.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for sure. Any other individual notes you want to add on this one?
Yeah, I got a funny from this one.
Oh boy.
Rudo kicks the dude in the nuts
Yeah.
who is trying to lure him away for candy.
The kidnapper.
And, and he literally says the quote, "You don't smell like sweets at all, you lying old bastard."
Yeah.
It's a good line.
Yeah.
It's great.
All you had to do was have sweets.
The show's
got it.
legitimate. Yeah, just totally like a total misstep by this kidnapper. If you're gonna be a good kidnapper, at least have the candy. Don't
Yeah, the
just
candy's
lie
not
about the candy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's
Like,
just
yeah.
that is a minor business expense to get a couple of kids. Okay.
Yeah.
We're not okay. Hold on, wait. I don't condone the kidnapping. Okay, it's just
Yeah,
if
disclaimer.
you're gonna be anything in life, be good at it. Be smart at it. Anyway,
He didn't do his due diligence
what's
on
the
that one.
rating on this episode?
It's an 8 for me. It gave me everything I wanted for a last episode. It's like set me up for the next season.
Yeah.
Had me enjoy the ride.
I have an 8.2 for this episode.
I gave it an 8 flat as well, which may be legitimately the first time anyone has shared a score on the dot with Shalhoub this entire run. No joke. I don't remember that ever happening.
All you had to do is go flat on a number.
I know. Have I been like in my brain like staying away from flat numbers just cause?
Keep it simple, stupid.
Maybe. Yeah.
True.
All right, cool. There you go. Got Yakuza 8, pretty close to 8s across the board. Solid last episode. You will be missed until you come back. Good stuff. I'm excited to see the next season. Next time we move to One Piece, episode 1154. You know what? This is the end. This is the end of Egghead. Before we move to Elbaf next season, which is pretty important. I think it doesn't end to me as strong, at least in this episode. We've seen other stuff this whole season, but this episode didn't end as strong as some of the other episodes are. But sometimes that's how it goes. And we were talking about Getchi Yakuta having like a nice chill episode as its end of season kind of thing. But that's kind of what this was to me. There was some cool stuff here. The main big things in this one are the end of Egghead, obviously. Borsalino's regrets, Kizaru's regrets with killing Vegapunk. That moment I actually really like. I loved it in the manga, and I like it how they do it in this episode. And we do get some backstory on the fact that Vegapunk learned prior to this whole thing happening that York was already the evil one, the evil Vegapunk that was trying to, fuck everyone over. And all the countermeasures, him being an evil, not an evil, but like a genius, and kind of taking the countermeasures he did to make sure that, the stuff that he needed to get out if he was going to die got out. And that's how we kind of learned why the message got set up, which was interesting because like until that moment got shared in the manga, at least, I didn't even think twice about it. I was like, he may just be that guy where he knows this stuff. So he already just always had this countermeasure. I'm going to die at some point. Someone's going to think my knowledge is a threat. I could die at any moment. I'm just already going to have this kind of message set up that like leaks, secrets of the world out. It never really hit to me of like, oh, that message, did he know? And that's kind of what this like backstory shows, that he knew what was coming. He knew the world government was about to make a move and come for him. So that's why he had the message all set up. So it's cool. It's really cool backstory. It's hindsight because I also thought like it's a little naive of the smartest man on the planet to like not see this coming, So shows some of that as well. Where do we land on this one, fellas?
I thought this episode was great. Talking back about what you were going off with Vegapunk knowing and everything, they had 2 weeks. They had 2 weeks of Shaka, but Stella is Vegapunk's original, and then was it Pythagoras?
Yes,
is the other one. And they had 2 weeks to know and come up with a plan, and then devise the plan. And essentially, by the time they finished like clearing their memories, the Straw Hats had just arrived on the island. So like all of this happened in a very, very short span of time.
Mm-hmm.
which is also crazy to think about. Like, he was able to figure out and deduce it was York, was able to come up with a plan with everybody and still keep it hidden from York somehow. So
Yep.
I thought it was great. And I also do have a funny line as well for myself from this episode. Vegapunk, in his note to himself, literally says, "You have a lot of surprises on the way, LOL."
He says LOL. It's great.
LOL.
Yeah, that one got
Yes,
me.
It
I was
is
like,
good.
yeah, this is fun.
I did make a note about it. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Shalhoub?
Yeah, no, that was good stuff. I also was very confused as to why Vegapunk had no idea what the hell was going on, and now it makes total sense. That and the Kizaru part were like the main notable things for me. Other than that, it kind of did feel like a average One Piece episode. Like you had all your normal One Piece things going on for the season. Those were the two main arcs. So
Yeah.
it gave us something to chew on while we were gonna wait now for 3 months until
Yeah.
the next one comes out. But honestly, at this point, I might have to start reading the manga with y'all because it's gonna be too long for me to wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna
There's
be
a
hard.
lot
It's
of
gonna
good
be tough.
stuff. There's a lot of good stuff you got to catch up on.
It's gonna be real tough. Yeah.
Yep.
So
The other thing of importance I had was Vegapunk mentions how important the Island Cloud production plant is.
I did make note
yeah.
of that. Yeah.
Yep.
Skypea.
And
He says the quote, "Island clouds could play a vital role in saving mankind in the future. If the idea is that at some point the world's going to sink back into the sea again, sky clouds, everybody moving to the sky could be the way to salvage as much of humanity as possible."
Well, what that made me think is like, did they discover a way to replicate sky clouds, or
Yeah.
did they invent sky
Yeah.
clouds?
Oh,
No, you
my
could
guess is a
no.
replica. Like I don't know. Maybe you
This-
found a way to just produce them. I don't know if it's replicating, but just produce them in general.
yeah, I think it's just production.
And also I love that they all three just assumed it was Lilith from the very beginning. It's
Yeah,
great.
I did take a note of that as
I was
It
well.
trying to
must be
remember what her
Lilith.
name was. Yeah.
And they were like, York. And they were like, York? I'm so sorry,
they're like,
Lilith. They're like, I'm so sorry. Sorry.
They assumed it was the evil
you.
one, but clearly it was the greedy one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which is crazy. It's crazy that didn't even pop up into their head that could be the one who literally is the embodiment of greed. Like he sucked all
Right.
the greed out of his brain, put it in one creature that only has that part of him in it, and said, "Nah, it couldn't be them. She's just
And then
hungry."
he even chastised himself and was like, "Why did I even do that? Why did I create a
Yes.
version of me that's just greed?" It's like, I don't know, Vegapunk. Why did you?
Yeah.
It's like
It is
there's
crazy.
plenty of other things. Yeah, plenty of other like emotions you could have
I mean,
isolated.
I can explain it. I think coming from his scientific mind, he just wants productivity. And so he tried
just
to
like- yeah.
tried to isolate all the bad parts of himself for the most part into
Yeah, I'll eliminate those things.
because the biggest thing was like out of productivity, he's like, if she eats, we all get energy. If she shits, we don't have to go to the bathroom. If she takes naps, we don't have to sleep. That way he can be as productive with all 5 other, you know what I mean? Vegapunks. And so that was the idea, is like for the sake of productivity, she existed, but it backfired on him because he didn't think about like the moral repercussions of like how that could turn out.
Yeah.
But how we feel about this episode ranking wise, what kind of scores we divvying out here?
An 8.4.
That's low for
Yeah, it's
One
an 8.
Piece.
It's an 8 for me. Also low for One Piece, but still a solid episode.
Guess what? 8 flat.
Whoa.
8
Wow.
flat
Guys.
again.
Wow,
2 8
look at
flats from
us.
Johnny.
Dude,
Wow.
Look at us, dude.
So aligned.
Dude, we're about to. Nope, never mind. All the rest have decimal points. We're not going to be in lockstep for the whole week.
I meant the boys were all aligned.
Oh, sure,
for the most
sure.
part.
We're pretty on the money right now. We're on
Yeah.
in the same wheelhouse. All right, that takes us to Dusk Beyond the End of the World. Oh, by the way, I guess finishing up with One Piece. This is the end of Egghead. This is the end of this season. One Piece's new schedule, if you did not hear, is they are going forward do 3 months on, 3 months off. 3 months on, 3 months off. One Piece running year round and only taking like 1 week off every month and a half or something. It's just too strenuous, I think. I think they just want a little bit of cushion of time between each season to make sure the quality's right. I support it. I'm down for it. If the quality stays this good or even better, you know what I mean? God forbid, it would be crazy. So I'm cool with it. God forbid.
Yeah, how dare they?
How dare they?
They better not.
How dare they work those poor souls so hard? All right. Next up, Deaths Beyond the End of the World, episode 12. And the final episode? What else do you even do?
Question mark?
Yeah. Yeah. This episode has so much happen in it that to me I was like, this has to be the last episode. They crammed so much shit into this episode, and I'm not necessarily in a good way. In my opinion, that I was just like, wow, they really just rushed the entire ending and all of the plot of the show into like the last 2 episodes, at least of this season. In this episode, we get Yugure, Yoyami, and Amaru hashing it out in a fight. 2 of them dead? Nah. Just Yoyami's dead, I guess. Right? Yugure sacrifices herself to save Akira after Akira, again, like, tries to step in the middle of danger, you know, like he likes to do. He's not a fighter. He just likes to get hit, I guess.
And then it's like, no.
Yeah. And then we meet the old Akira, the original Akira, who is still alive because he's been getting kept alive by technology this whole time.
Femto blood.
And it seems like it all, for the most part, gets wrapped up. Toasa has already been dead for a while, so there was no finding her, meeting her, getting conclusion on that. I don't know, man. A lot happened in this episode. It's so hard to talk about all of it, but we're here. What do we think?
Disappointing.
I was gonna say, Shalib, you want to start this one because I got some really harsh
fucking disappointing. The show is ass. To me, that makes the show. That gives me the capital A for ass. Waste of time. Don't watch it. I mean, what do you get from this show? Nothing.
I mean,
you get like 8 episodes of fucking romance, and then you get the entirety of the story in the last 2 episodes. Like, what are we doing here? Like, we're starting off the show with such a good, clean, like, animation. You have like, at least in the episode 1, not episode 0. You're starting off with like good, clean animation. You got a decent like start to the show. None of that stays. Like, almost none of it stays. Promise. It's such a false promise. They go into this like dumb, weird romance. Like, either be a fighting show with androids and like have the action and the mystery and like all that, or be a romance. Like, don't mix the two, but then only do the romance and then bring up the rest of the shit at the very end.
Yeah,
pissed me off.
Bad show.
Yeah, it's not great. And I think this is never where you want to be. The most disappointing part, for sure, without a doubt, is the fact that we watched episode 1 and we said, oh, this might be the gas of this season, like this out of nowhere gas from this season. We all gave episode 1 like a 9 or whatever, a 9 plus, you know, for being Chris. But
it's devastating.
And no episode has even gotten close to that the entire rest of the season. It's brutal. It's brutal. The action, this is non-existent. It's few and far between, and even when it is, it's like not that nice. It's fine. It's fine for an out of nowhere show.
For me, where it really took a dive is when like they made you think there were going to be stakes in like the first episode or 2.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like there's something to lose here. Like things could actually happen. No. Just got lighthearted after that.
That's a good point in that, like,
what's the tone? What's the tone of this show supposed to be?
And that, like, you get to a certain part this season where you realize the entire rest of this show is just emotional closure for Akira, basically, and nothing else really. Like, you know what? Like, there's no real danger, it feels like, and it didn't really end up being that, like there was at the end of the day. But like, that's what it was. It wasn't like, oh, the world's going to shit and he needs to save the world now or anything like that. Not every show needs to be that, but like, they kind of started the world like this show with like, oh, he's in the apocalypse, basically. This is a post-apocalyptic world. The world's trying to heal, like shit's not right. And then it's just like, oh, they just live and he's just looking for answers on like who he is, what's going on, like where's Toasa, all that stuff. And I don't know. No, I think it's a good point that like the stakes just don't hit. They just
They
don't
lied on
feel.
us.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
just
they
straight
did.
up lied on us.
Also, can we talk about the fact that homeboy Yokurata was the villain the whole time? Yet, like,
Yeah.
they didn't even give us enough of him to give a shit about him anyway. So when we realized he was the villain, we were like, yeah, of course, you were the creepy weird guy that like's been around for 2 episodes. And like, yeah, of course you're the villain. They also show like a 7-year time skip and he looks exactly the same. I immediately clocked that. How like Amaru turns from like a girl into a full grown ass woman. He did not change a single bit in that time frame. And I was like, that's a red flag. What's up with this guy?
Mm-hmm.
But also, like in terms of tonality, like they never gave us any reason to, like they never gave us any dialogue where he was overtly creepy until that point. Like,
I mean, he was kind of creepy, at least with like hooking up with girls for like
well,
his own like benefit. Like,
yeah, in like a chauvinistically creepy way, maybe, but like not in like a take over the world. Like I was part of this whole merry band type shit.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Well, and I just think from a writing standpoint, like if you're supposed to be dropping the mic on like, whoa, he's the villain, but like you never gave us any reason to give a shit about this guy, then it's not really a mic drop. Even in the backstory,
Right.
the fact that he was one of the 6 sages, they didn't give any of the 6 sages really any spotlight. So it was just like, oh yeah, it was that guy that we saw like 30 seconds of like dialogue from last episode
Right.
in the entire backstory. That's him, I guess. And then he gets beaten in like a minute. And then you're done. And he's dead. He's done. He's gone.
Yeah.
And you're like,
It's almost
okay,
like they tried
cool.
to cram 3 seasons of something into 1 season. It's kind of what
Yeah.
this felt like.
Yeah.
100%. And then you also had the weird bit about the end where like literally Yugure and Akira are standing at Toasa's grave and she's like, yeah, we're practically siblings. Like,
Yeah, it's tough.
and I'm like,
don't do that.
no, we can't do this again. We can't do this again.
Like, now we're doing Star Wars shit. Like now we're doing
like-
Leia and Luke. Like what is this?
I was like, this show
Exactly.
started with Akira's got some fucking weird kink shit going on.
Yeah.
Because his first love when he was a human was his fucking stepsister, basically adoptive stepsister. And even as an android, he just wants the android version of his stepsister.
And then his creator encourages him to be in a harem with another android and an actual human. What's happening?
Yeah,
exactly.
He's like, no, actually, I created the idea of doing this, so you should do that.
Yeah. Just like,
actually, this was my
idea.
idea.
What are we doing?
It's like, you know, this undying love you have for one woman that's based off of my memories. Actually, I created a system where you can marry multiple women. Like, what?
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's
like,
what
hey,
are
good
we
luck.
doing here?
He's just like, hey, good luck, dog.
Dap me up, cuz I'm out.
Yeah.
It dies.
Tosa said she loves me.
Yeah.
That's all I needed. So scores wise, where do we land scores wise on Dusk final episode?
I have a 5.4.
I gave it a 7.4.
That's wild. I went really
that's a
low.
5.
Okay,
That's
listen.
Straight up 5.
I didn't like this episode. You can't deny it was entertaining. Even though you may not have loved everything that happened, you were like, holy shit, it's like a fight to the death, then it's somebody basically dying, then it's the villain getting defeated, then it's
You really hit me with you may not have liked it, but you watched.
We did.
Pretty much.
We did watch though. We watched the whole fucking season. That's what we watched. We certainly didn't, and this is a mistake we will learn from going forward, I think.
Very true. Very
okay,
true.
this season was in dire straits. Okay, we needed something. Okay,
that's fair.
It's true.
I don't know. All right, so yeah, low scores for Dusk. I have a feeling it's going to show up not in the positive way when we talk about the awards at the end of this episode. All right. Next up, Sanda. It's Sanda. Yes, incredible. This episode's pretty fun. It's a fun, I think, last episode. I don't know if we have confirmation on this one. This one's a weird one because it is like it's a Prime Video like show, at least in the US. So it's weird. But we get Principal Oshibu part 2, I guess, versus Santa. That's fun. That kicks off the episode. That's got some fun stuff going on. Ono's dad. Ono's dad.
It feels kind of like a last episode.
Like
but
done,
I can also
done?
see it not being. No, as in like for the season.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be.
If it's the last episode, it's for the season. No, if it's done, then it's bad.
It is fully released.
The manga.
No. For this season, the season's
done.
I have to assume there's some other stuff that just doesn't feel like there's any closure on it. It doesn't feel like the end of the anime. Even though I will also admit it does feel like a weird spot to leave off. We talked about this somewhat recently, like last week or the week before, where I was like, what is our goal now? What are we working towards? There's no like visible goal in this show right now. You know what I mean? Like what we found Ono, whatever, 4 or 5 episodes into the season. And then I was like, what has been the goal of our main characters for a while? I guess recently it's been Sanda to like help Namatame, whatever, stop wanting to murder adults. And now that that's taken care of, it's like, what's our next thing? Maybe just something will pop up next season. But like, it is like leaving off right here is like, there's no direction. We talk about all the questions that are left with like Gachiakata, and I'm like, there's no big question where I'm like, that's definitely where we're going to answer next season.
What do you mean? Of course it's a big question. The big question is, why the hell can't kids sleep until they're 14 years old?
No, past that. The first time they're allowed to sleep is at 18.
Is it 18? I thought it was 14.
They say it in this episode.
They said in this episode 18.
Yeah, so why is that?
The whole reason Ono dies from growing pains is because she fell asleep too early.
Right, but wasn't her whole thing was that like she would watch Fuyumura fall asleep and have no problem and just wake up and be fine?
Yeah, but technically Fuyumura's been sleeping this whole time. Ono falls asleep for the first time in that night when she falls asleep with Fuyu. She literally says that Fuyu's been falling asleep and taking naps and all these other things. Like so that she's been watching her do.
So why is Fuyu able to do that? And like, is anyone else doing that?
She's probably just been able to do it for long. She's probably just done it longer. Like she's just been. That's just who Fuyu is. I don't know, but that's what I got.
That's the big question of the show for me. Is like, why are kids not able to grow up until they're 18?
Because
like, why can't they sleep?
I think that's kind of been answered low key. I mean, this is like adults have been telling the kids they're not allowed to sleep because the whole point of this society is they're trying to keep people as young as possible. That's what this whole show is based around.
But how does not sleeping make you young?
Because in this show they just kind of state that like
they explained it early on in the season.
They just kind of say like you age when you sleep, kind of like if you never sleep, you don't age really, like hardly at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how they state it early in the season. They're just like, when you sleep, that's when you do most of your aging. So they don't let kids sleep until they're 18, basically.
Yeah. So I guess we're just kind of supposed to accept that and just,
pretty much
move past it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe part of next season is like a larger kind of scope plot where it's like all about like fixing these expectations, of society and like how they're trying to overprotect kids and maintain their childish natures as long as possible. Maybe that's
to be fair, we expected this to be kind of a joke show. So like, who knows what's going to happen with this and the explanation of it all.
For sure.
Yeah, what I would like to see for next season is definitely like a more in-depth explanation of like how the society came to be the way it was.
Yeah, now that they're doing all this world building, why does Santa
I'd like to see I'd like to see more world building. I'd also like to see more of like what happens with the headmaster. Because dude just sat in a room full of mirrors to get over his fear of being looked at with all of his scars or whatever. Like, dude's batshit, and I'd like to see more of him and his
insanity.
Backstory. Yeah.
Couple of fun things. What do you got, Chris? What do you got?
I was gonna say I also want to see more of the Saint Nick guy. The I can't remember.
Yagi-Yuta.
Yeah,
he's great. He's just a fun part of the squad now.
I love him.
He's just fun. Whatever he does, I wrote love Yagiyuda. I don't even know why. I just wrote it down. I just wrote I love this guy. He's great.
Yeah.
He's like
He's
fun
the bro.
uncle. He's the funkle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have a couple of funny notes. One funny note, one more serious note. Well, I love the quote. This Santa has a really great quote after the principal fights Santa, and he's kind of beaten up a little bit, and he's talking to the granny. The granny says the quote, "Why don't you try lying down in a coffin today instead of a bed, Oshibu?" Like literally being like, "Look at you, you
already
just
look
fucking lay
dead,
down
yeah.
and die." It's great.
Yeah, that's like
He's
when
just
they're
like, "Shut
isn't
up,
that
you
when
old
they're
hag."
passing
Yeah.
by each other in the
Yes,
hallways or
yes.
whatever? Yeah,
She's
yeah.
such a savage.
Such a
Yeah,
good.
I'm guessing you
fucking-
guys watch it in the subs. I'm guessing.
I
Right?
do.
Mhm.
Oh man, the dub is great for that.
Is it? Okay.
The dub is really good for
Nice.
that.
The other thing, the more serious note is, I do wonder because like I don't know if that was more of like an like a misinterpretation from Sanda early this season of like feeling like there were feelings between him and Fuyamura. And I don't want to be, I don't want to be too insensitive, but it's like Ono's gone. Is there a world where the love story of this show progressing forward becomes maybe a triangle with like Sanda, Nico, and Fuyamura?
And then get Elshied.
No. I don't even know. I just don't even know how to respond to that.
Listen,
So what are your guys' scores for
Fuyu-
this show? What's going on here?
I
No.
don't think Fuyu likes Sanda. I don't think Fuyu likes what Sanda has to offer, if you know what I'm saying.
I kind of also lean that way because she literally says, "I love Ono" or whatever as she's like trying to race back to find her.
Yeah.
Before Ono dies on top of her.
I wouldn't be shocked, but like also things can change, and like to this point, there have been multiple times where Fuyamura in a time of feeling vulnerable, Sanda has helped her as Santa. This is the first time he helped her as Sanda. So like, I'm not saying I think it will, but I think it's on the board that she's like, this is Sanda now helping me. Not, this mythical figure, in my mind that he can transform into. This was like just a guy who's my age, and like he kind of gets me a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying it's on the board. What are the scores though? What do we think?
I got a 7.7 for this episode.
Damn. That feels really low for this episode.
Really? It was a 7 for me.
I gave it an 8.8. I like this episode quite a bit.
Wow.
This episode didn't
I
really.
liked it too.
It didn't feel like a last episode, but like in a way where like it just felt like a lot of stuff happened. It wasn't like this low key, like weird. You know what I mean? Like nothing really happened in this episode. Just kind of some questions. I don't know. I thought it was entertaining, but I don't know. It was good.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yep.
I'm high on this one.
That was solid.
Fuck with
It was
me.
good. Yeah, it was good. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't 8.8, but it was good.
8.8 is okay. That's close to amazing. All right, and then for the best show of any season, best anime of all time, we all know it. We all love him. It's Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider.
God, so good.
Tojima, man, it's the best. If you haven't seen it, you got to watch it. It's either funny, like just badass, or like a sad, sappy backstory. It's always one of the three. It's always one of those. You got to watch
Or
it.
all of the above.
Well, right. But I just mean in any moment. Like
Yeah.
like it's never boring. You're never just like, man,
It's-
I wish something would happen. You're just like, it's one of those things. It's making you laugh.
It's
It's making you clench your
It's your
fist,
favorite.
or it's making you cry.
It's your favorite anime. It's your favorite anime's favorite anime. Is what it is.
That's probably a good way to do it,
Yeah.
especially One Punch Man.
Yeah. Shit, man. Yeah, if you're missing One Punch Man, this is the show. for
Dude,
you.
for sure. For sure.
Get a lot more one punches in this show than you do in One Punch Man.
Shit.
Damn. And probably like 3 times as many frames. I'm not gonna say a ton. It's not like Tojima's like out here with crazy frames, but
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, depending on which season you're referring to.
Sure. This episode, honestly, not a ton happens in this episode. There's 2 big things to me. It's like The first half of this episode is kind of like this post-tournament chilling. After the tournament's over and all the riders are kind of hanging out, they go to Ichio and Mitsuba's older sister, a younger sister. I think she's a younger sister.
I think she's younger.
I'm not entirely sure.
I think she might
sure
be
she's the youngest.
I think she might be younger than Ichio, older than Mitsuba. That's what I think.
I think that's.
I thought she
she's
was the
middle
youngest,
child.
but she might. Yeah, I don't
I think
know.
she's the middle
I
child.
don't know, but whatever. They go to her bar, her restaurant. They get a separate room, and they're just kind of funny shit ensues.
Oh my God.
There,
man.
and then the second half of this episode is our boy. We can't remember his name because they never say his name, but
Aniki.
we just call him
Aniki.
Aniki, which just means big bro in Japanese. But our shocker member, he shows up. He basically gets into like a minor tussle kind of with like a couple of the characters. He kind of gets his shit tossed around. He kind of gets a salad tossed like crazy.
But not by who we expected.
No, Ichio's sister kind of shows up and kind of gives
Holy
him
hell.
some main business.
So good.
You know, everybody kind of gets a lick in though by the end.
Naoko is Aniki's name, by the way. I think it's Naoko.
Naoko. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one's hilarious. It's good. It's a non-serious episode. This one is not as hype as a lot of the episodes this season, but a lot of funny stuff.
Still so good.
Fellas, how do we feel?
Oh, I got
So good.
quotes from this episode.
Yeah,
Go for it, Chrissy.
All right. To start, we have Yukarisu making fun of Ichio
It's fucked up.
because he got shut down by tackles so fast. And
So
Ichio
fucked,
immediately goes, die to make amends, and then is trying to start his V3 pose, and then gets socked by his sister.
Is the V3 pose just a dab? So is the V3 pose just a dab, low key? It kind of is.
Probably why he's the lamest.
No, he's not. Oh, baby.
No, he's the lamest.
He's not as lame as Yukarisu.
Don't even
He's
sit
not
there.
the lamest. He's
All
not the
right,
lamest.
well, he's the lamest of the Rider series.
Yeah.
Right now he is. I think
Yeah,
he's gonna
for
have a
sure.
redemption at some
He
point.
better have a redemption because
He-
holy
he-
shit,
he
he's so
needs
funny.
one.
He has some of the
He
best
needs a dab.
one-liners. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love his character. Don't get me wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing I will say, Tojima eats something other than takoyami for the first time. in this
Takoyaki.
entire
Takoyaki.
series. Takoyaki. Sorry, takoyaki. For the first time, he eats the beef hearts or whatever it is. I don't know what
Whatever
it
it
was.
is, something hearts.
The salted
chicken
hearts,
hearts.
or whatever. Yeah. He
It's-
eats
they're
that. So that's the
salted
first time we
perfectly,
see
yeah,
him eat
brined.
anything other than takoyaki.
Mhm.
And then my other quote is the big sis after the whole tussle out in the hallway or whatever. She's like leaving. She's like, get the shit cleaned up. And as she's walking away, she's like talking about like comparing them. She's like compared them to grade schoolers, I think at first. It was like, no, that's unfair to grade schoolers. And then she says the line, trash bags? No, those serve a purpose at least.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I remember that.
She's such a savage. She's
such
insane.
a
Oh,
good
show.
show. The quotes in the show have been amazing all season.
I love how upset Tojima got about his takoyaki getting eaten. too.
Yeah. She's like, wait, no, that's mine.
Oh,
That's my takoyaki.
Oh.
And V3 is just like, dude, what are you talking about? It's fucking bar food. What are you doing? Eat one of these hearts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Couple funny things also on top of that. I love by the end of this episode, Anaki's boys are chilling in the restaurant by themselves, and he's been gone for minutes, and they're just like, he's probably fine. He's not fine at all. Dude's unconscious on the floor. Like, dude is fucked
Like,
up.
huh, he's been gone for a while.
Dude
Like,
got
nah.
knocked out of his shop form.
Yeah, he's tough. He's fine. He's got to be fine. Our Aniki, no way he could lose. He's unconscious on the floor. Sorry, fellas. Which is great. Honestly, flabbergasted at the sportsmanship. Like for this show, for like all of them, their whole thing is like, my life's work is to be the most rider. All the dudes lost. And they literally be like, congratulations on your win. You were awesome out there. And I'm like,
Well,
I thought there was gonna be like some come at me again. Come at me tomorrow. Like I'll take you, I'll fuck you up tomorrow.
Well,
Yeah.
she's part of the Writerverse, though.
Yeah,
That's true. That is true.
That's the
Yeah.
difference.
I think
guarantee
they
you,
are.
if it was a shocker combatant, they'd be like, "Oh, we're gonna get
there's
you."
respect, I guess. There's respect
Yeah.
in that way. I see it.
Yeah.
I was just kind of shocked that like nobody was even like peeved. Like I understand they could respect her, but it'd still be like pouty, like. But like they're all like, "Congrats
Yeah.
on your win! You were so Ryder out there. Good for you."
Yeah, you
Like,
don't get any of that, like
crazy.
what you'd expect from like a shonen. Be like, "I'm gonna train and get stronger than you, and you just
Yeah.
give me inspiration." Like,
Right.
no, they're just Writer.
Yep. Yep. And then I'm also here for the quick transformations. We've had a lot of like slow kind of transformations mid battle. You know, V3 and you know everybody transforming and taking like a good 10 to 15 second scene just to like for someone to transform.
Right.
They did all of them in like 30 seconds, like all 4 of them in like, or and actually maybe 5 if Yukarisu was part of that, but like they did like 4 or 5 all in 30 seconds. I was like, good, let's just get through these. If we're gonna be transforming every episode, we don't need to take a full scene to do it. So I'm down for that.
Yeah.
What are our scores for this episode? Final episode of Tojima.
Chalhoub.
Wow.
It's a 9 for me, fellas.
Wow.
You know what? I have a 9.1, but I'll give it a 9 just to match Chalhoub.
You can't do
love
that.
That episode.
But I have a 9.1.
That was
It's
such a
good
fun
show.
episode.
Guys,
It was
I don't
really
want to be a Debbie. I
you
really
go.
don't. I really don't want a Debbie.
What did you
If you're
do?
anywhere lower than an 8, I'm gonna slice your head off.
No. 8.1. We're 8.1. We're above an 8. I just
Wow.
this show
Your
this,
head's hanging
this
on by a
episode
thread,
this
pal.
episode was funny, but like literally nothing happened in this episode.
No, but there's so much comedy. There's so much comedy in this
There is
episode.
comedy in
like
this
it-
episode.
Nothing happened.
There's
What happened?
And also, whoa, we got big sis fucking
Aniki meets
everybody
the
up.
crew.
Yeah,
He's
Aniki
already
first
met.
time.
He's already met Tackle and Tojima.
Not
like,
in the same
officially
way, and
meets
you
him
know
as
it.
an official like shocker combatant. Like he officially meets him as a shocker combatant.
They threw hands, you know.
Guys, do you think if Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider gets popular enough that there will be people on the internet saying my one goal in life is just to be hit with an electro wave tackle?
And crush my
100%.
head between those guys.
Yeah, exactly.
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 That's fine.
Yo,
I go out
give
with
me
a smile.
face. Someone give me a face lock.
Yeah. Okay,
Do not wake me up. I go out with a smile.
fellas, I've got news.
Yeah. All
This
right,
is very
news.
important news.
I'm scared.
Tojima's a double season.
What?
Oh!
Is that confirmed?
It's confirmed, bitch. It's on my anime list.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Dude.
Yes. I saw
That's
it.
so
I
exciting.
saw it literally earlier today when me and Chris were looking at like winter 2026 stuff, and I was like, why is it there? Why is it here? Why is it in winter 2026?
Oh my god.
It got
That is
confirmed
so
like
exciting.
within the last week. It got confirmed to be a double season. This is not the last
Dog.
episode for this season.
All right, so the podcast is alive.
We're back, baby. We're back.
We're back,
We
baby.
never left, baby.
Holy shit. Damn, that does not bode well for my amount of shows next season.
I know. I know.
Doesn't bode well for my liver.
Oh no.
Oh god.
All right. So, Chris,
You
I
wanna
guess
transition?
I'll let you take this from here.
Cool.
Oh boy.
This is all you, buddy.
All right. All right. So
Uh-oh.
now we are about to roll into our take on seasonal anime awards for the fall
Oh.
2025 season.
Oh, you're letting him host this? I don't like this. He's letting him host.
What's the problem? I can't host everything.
What do
Yeah,
you mean
come
you
on,
can't
Chalhoub.
host everything.
What's the
This is
problem?
bad.
I'm not even
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
what are
right?
you-
Give the
What are
kid
you
a
trying to say about my
chance.
hosting? Whoa. Hold on. Do I need to go grab a tie real quickly to be the host?
No.
No.
Um
Give the kid a
Alright.
chance.
All right, fall 2025 seasonal awards. We're starting off with the first category of favorite anime for this season.
I
I like the way
mean,
you said that. Like,
I
like
mean-
an E3 guy.
Is there even a question from all three of us? Is there even a question? Do we need to even answer this?
Dude, what honestly, what we should have done?
Or are we just excited because it's coming back next season, baby?
What we should have done and what we'll do next time is we can all make sure we buy like whiteboards and we'll be like on 3 show and we'll see when you know what I mean? That way it's more of a surprise.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
Yeah, next season we'll see if we can get that set up. But all right, guys, come on, it's Tojima. It's Tojima. It's always been Tojima.
Yeah, we'll use the revenue from these podcasts to pay for those whiteboards.
What revenue? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's Tojima, right? No disagreements here. This one shouldn't be too
Tojima's
shocking.
been our favorite show to talk about. It's been our favorite show to watch. It's had some of our favorite quotes. I think it fits the bill for our favorite anime from this season.
I don't think it's particularly close. If we're really being honest.
I think maybe you could argue One Piece just because like episode in and out One Piece, but yeah, it's a different category. It's hard to put like one arc. Yeah. It's hard to put like one arc from One Piece as like the best thing in a season, just because you start looking at it holistically, and it's like
right. It's like besides Frazier versus Ali, what was your favorite boxing match this year?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. How about our least favorite show from this season? I got a couple contenders up here.
I guess there's like 2.
It's Dusk for me. It's Dusk.
Do we count Genosha?
Mm-hmm.
It's Genosha for me.
Honestly, it's Dusk for me. I'm mad that we stuck with it so long that we just had to watch 3 months of it, and then just we're like, at least we got wise enough on Genosha early enough to be like, let's cut her loose. If you love her, let her go. And we just never even got to that point with Dusk. And then we woke up 3 months later and we're like, I didn't even love her.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, it's not a bad argument.
Yeah. For me, I actually have One Punch Man, which I know we dropped super early, but I mean, that shows we're on the 3rd season and it's still shit. So is what it is. And then we have Dusk as well. So I think it was more so that we sat through all of Dusk and we should not have.
Yeah, if you're looking at if you're weighing sunk cost into the equation, then yeah, it's probably Dusk. But I think overall, you actually opened my eyes to that, Chris. It's One Punch overall. If that's really what we're doing, like I wasn't thinking we're gonna count those. It's One Punch.
Yeah, I just think
One Punch is so bad.
I just think I was already willing to give up on One Punch so early that the fact that like I've had to sit around and watch Dusk for 3 months now, I have more disdain for that. Because I've kind of gotten over the One Punch thing.
Yeah, it's upsetting. Yeah.
All right.
It was not fun. Best animation from the season.
Got some contenders.
There's a couple good ones.
It's got to be One Piece for me.
It's One Piece for me. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be.
It's understandable. I have Gachiakuta as mine. Little bit different. I don't know. I liked all the stuff that happened inside of the trash beast specifically. I like the way that the vibe of the show is. So I think for me hit.
I think low-key underrated. Like Sanda has underrated animation.
Sanda does have.
It's just like always good. It may not quite hit the peaks that Gachiakuta and One Piece hit, or really that close to it.
Nothing splooge worthy, but like it's
always
unique.
You're never mad about it. Like you're never upset. No. Like you're like, oh god, look at these fucking stick figures. No way.
It's got those sharp edges and those heavy shaders. Like it's something about that. Like looks good.
Yeah,
it's really nice. Cool. Moving on, we have our favorite episode of this season.
Ooh.
Anyone?
Anyone? A tough one.
I have mine.
I'm like between 2, but yeah, go ahead.
Mine is episode 1152 of One Piece when Bonnie turns Nika. I was looking forward to it after reading it and did not disappoint watching it. So,
my favorite episode this season is My Hero Academia episode 162 or season 8 episode 3, the Bakugo episode. I think it's still, for the whole season, the highest rating I get. I think I gave it like a 9.6 or 7 or something. I don't think I gave anything else this season a higher rating than that. Single episode, I think it's my favorite this season. My Hero's not going to get a ton from me, but that episode is.
That's fair. I gotta say, I think my favorite episode, it's very close between 2 for me. My first love was The first time we see
First one.
Jabber. The very first time we see Jabber.
Oh, but-
that fight.
Okay.
That fight is so good.
You're talking
Just
this
Jabber
season.
as a character. Yeah.
Okay.
When he's fighting Rudo and like that whole, you know.
So you're
before-
talking. Okay, you're talking about the first part of Gachi Yakuta, like prior
That's
to
last
this
season.
like season.
Oh, we didn't cover that during this podcast. Did we?
Yeah, we watched that before.
That's last season.
Well, does that count or no?
You can. I mean,
'Cause technically,
it's a
this
weird.
season,
It's a
just 'cause
weird
we didn't cover it.
loophole.
The
Yeah.
double season. I'll count it.
If you want to
I'll
use
allow
it for the sake
I just
of
love
moving
Jabber
on.
Jabber
on.
so much. I love Jabber so much. Yeah, for the sake of moving on. And then the second possible closest one to me is, man. I mean, I don't know. No, never mind. It is moving on. It's the Jabber episode. That is what it is.
All right.
No
And then
point in
who's
even bringing
your
it up.
who's your favorite overall character?
Uh-oh.
I got
This
mine.
one's a tough one. I
got mine.
This is one of the ones I had the most trouble with. I think, like coming up with the answer. Chris,
I
what you
did
got?
too. I got Jabber. I really do. I have
Damn,
Jabber.
he stole your shit.
I do. I mean, I was thinking about this and I pondered this for a while. Honestly, Jabber, both dubbed and subbed, is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
And he's just like the perfect antagonist. Like, he's cool, he's fun, he's weird. Like, what else is to say? Jabber's the best.
That actually wasn't even my choice, to be fair. As much as I do love Jabber, it's Tojima, baby. It's
Tojima? Wow. See,
It's Tojima,
himself?
baby.
I thought about
Wow.
the show and I was like, man, I just like them all. Like, I just like them all. And I don't know if I liked one so much that like above the rest. So I actually ended up going with Bonnie here. Bonnie's like the first character, honestly, post time skip that I think I've been like actually like, join the crew, please, Bonnie, join the crew. I can't think of another character post time skip that I actually said that for. Ever since Brooke, I don't think I've had a character that I've wanted to join the crew more than I want Bonnie to join the Straw Hats.
You didn't really want Jinbei to join?
It's whatever.
You're just
He's
like kind
fine.
of indifferent.
He's
towards
fine.
He can join.
He's fine. I'd like.
I'm with you on that, though. Brooke was the last one I really wanted to join.
Yes.
I was like, please make Brooke join.
Yes, I really wanted Brooke to join, and then since then it's been Bonnie. So yeah, that's me.
Cool. Shalib, who did you have?
I had Tojima. Just because he holds it down, man. He just holds it down.
He does
Yeah,
until
he does.
Tackle comes through.
Yeah.
Tackle is making a strong name for herself.
She sure
Tojima
is.
still holding it down. Tojima
Yes,
is
she
still
is.
holding it down. Tojima is still my best man.
Best boy.
All right, moving on to
That's
our
a
least
man.
favorite. Moving on to our least favorite characters.
Chris, you want to go?
This-
Let's
this
keep
one's a
that
thinker.
order.
This
This
one's a
order's been
thinker.
good. Let's just keep hitting this order.
I have Yukirata from Dusk, just because he's the antagonist. It is what it is. I also hated Dusk. There weren't a ton of characters that I really hated this season, so I kind of really had to give it to somebody, and I picked Yukirata.
I
Yeah.
agree. There weren't a ton of characters that I would, because like even some of the villains in this season, I was still like, yeah, but I think they're like good villains. Like I don't hate the character. Like that wasn't really what I was kind of basing it on. My least favorite character that I went with was Amaya, which is the friend in Sanda that like literally does nothing.
Mm,
The freaking
True.
slick down hair in Sanda who like never does anything. He's just there, and I'm like
he just
still
he
to
just
this
shot
point.
Sanda with a gun.
Yeah, he had that one episode where he shot
Oh,
Sanda a bunch of
yeah.
times, and other
Yeah.
than that, like he's just been there. And I'm like, why have they give him a weird amount of like one-off lines? They're never like funny. They're never that interesting. He's just there, and I'm like, why did you try and set him up? Maybe season 2 he'll be better, but this is a one season award, and he's the one character to me that I'm like, why did he get so much screen time? He's just there. He's there in so many scenes, but like I never feel like him being there matters at all.
For me, my least favorite character was the headmaster from Sanda. Like
He's gross.
he makes me very uncomfortable. And I don't even necessarily think he's a very good antagonist. Like I don't know. Like
I mean,
he feels very.
I think
Yeah.
you could argue that just like the fact that he makes you uncomfortable is a is a plus to the fact that he's an antagonist. Like, you know what I mean? Antagonist is supposed to make you either angry, upset, uncomfortable. You know, I think he's
but
creepy.
not in like an evil way, or it's just like his whole thing with like I look young, and I love being told that I look young. It's like, ugh.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
is kind of
It
of
can
a
still
lot.
play into what you're saying, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Moving on to the best opening.
I think
I have a clear winner here.
it's a clean sweep.
I think it's a clean sweep. Then it is Sanda for all of us.
That is Sanda. That is Sanda.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It is Sanda.
So good.
It's
Honestly,
such a good opening.
yeah, openings like pretty weak. I feel like this season overall, like
Yeah,
a lot of the like, whatever. We'll get to it in the next tier, but or the next in the last category here. But yeah, well, I'll mention it there. But yeah, like so many of them are just like okay. I felt like this season. Santa's the one that I'm
Yeah.
like, you know, I'll listen to every time because it's fun and it's a bop.
Yeah, for me,
I
it would have
expect
been One
JK to
Piece.
knock her socks off.
They've all been good.
hopefully.
They're like
They've
4 for
all been
4 on
good.
openings.
Yeah, I would have included One Piece if we were doing that, but the first two openings from Egghead were like really solid, but they're not even part of the season, so
No,
couldn't really count them.
This latest one has been pretty boring. Yeah.
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just fine. And then
Just
our
boring.
last category here, best overall music, whether it's background music, endings, whatever. Best overall music in the show. I have Tojima. Tojima is the
Yeah.
best one, and the specific song is "I Am Taco." It's such a good song, and it makes you feel some type of way whenever she's fighting, and I love it.
So
I am Taco.
it's Tojima. I don't think it's particularly close. I think you could still throw Sanda in the ring because I do feel like the background music in Sanda is like really nice and also has a fun ending.
Not the same way.
No, not on the same level. But I think I think it would be second place for me.
For sure.
For Tojima, as much as Sanda has the best OP this season, I still think the best piece of music this season is Tojima's ending. So that already is like kind of rivaling. And then you throw in just the fact that like their sound design and music is so good throughout the show constantly, which is so smart because if you're like, and clearly this has been the case, if your animation budget is going to be low, then like make up for it with sound design and like, you know what I mean? Those things you can control at like a cheaper, you know what I mean, level of not having to spend so much time on animation, whatever. Make the sound design as good as it can be. Make sure there's good music in your show. Like that's the stuff you can control, even if your animation budget isn't through the roof. And I think I did an awesome job with that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, in a certain regard, I guess, do we know if they've done any dubs for Tojima yet?
I think they do have a dub that started. It's just I think it's a couple episodes behind.
I think the dub is 2 episodes behind, if I'm not mistaken.
I will be watching that.
Hey, we'll see though. We gotta watch. We got episode 13 next week, dog. No weeks off.
Well, because the sub.
That's the one episode we're watching next week, by the way, which is hilarious.
Oh my god, that's great.
But we gotta agree that the sub voice actors for Tojima, top tier.
They're really good.
Oh, absolutely. They're fantastic.
So the dubs leave a lot to be desired. I'm expecting a lot from these fellas.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if they.
I'll
they
certainly
nailed it.
let you know.
Yeah, let us know how the dubs end up going. So that gets us through all of our anime, all of our season, fall 2025 anime awards just this season. In a couple weeks when the Crunchyroll awards are in full effect, we'll probably do something just covering those and our opinions on 2025 as an entire anime year. But that's just our seasonal awards. Which brings us to the end of this podcast. Last thing I'll say, I know that you're sitting here going, oh, well, if this is this podcast, what's happening next week? Not a ton, but not nothing. Next week, we still have an episode of Tojima. And then after that, we'll probably do a fun little soliloquy talking about the shows that we plan on watching for winter 2026. It is an absolutely stacked season. I cannot stress that enough. We'll go over what shows are airing, how excited we are on them, where we are on those shows, like kind of leading into the season and just kind of lead up. It might be a little bit shorter, but it'll still be a good time regardless. So thanks for hanging with us. If you made it this far, we appreciate you. Have a great Christmas. We love you guys. Thank you for watching.
Peace.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.